Football is a strange old world with players that can put in world-class performances in one country, but then fail to replicate that form elsewhere. Different leagues come with different challenges as playing styles vary from country to country, and that can be seen by the fact some stars can adapt to the style of one country and not another. The latest player to face the challenge of trying to replicate his Premier League form in a different European league is Harry Kane. The England star has continued his fine form at Bayern and has become the first man for his team. Harry Kane is looking to break away from this list by scoring more goals and winning more trophies. So we take a look at the players who played in the English Premier League before attempting to do so in Europe. A £142 million transfer in January 2018 was a devastating blow for Liverpool fans, with the Brazilian having been in fine form for the first half of the season. Coutinho had handed in a transfer request on the eve of the Reds' opening day fixture against Watford, making the move inevitable. He had been the main man at the club for a few years at that point in time, as he was the main creative force in the side. With a front three of Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, and Roberto Firmino playing ahead of him, the playmaker finally had enough quality in front of him to make special things happen. Ultimately, 6 months later, he forced his way out of the club to move on to better things, or so he had hoped. The move he made to Barcelona did not work out as planned, with Coutinho failing to make an impression on the team befitting of a £100 million plus player. He played more than 100 games for the club, but only found the back of the net 25 times before being loaned out to Bayern Munich. There felt like an inevitable move on the cards to Realmadrid for the Belgian sensation in 2019, after 7 brilliant years at Chelsea. He made the fans fall in love with him due to his silky dribbling abilities and his creative spark, as he helped his side to 2 league titles. Injury issues clouded his time in Madrid though, meaning he never made it into the first team on a regular basis, despite being at the club for 4 years in total. Big things were expected of him, but Vinicius Jr. kept him out of the team as time and fitness concerns made the game pass him by. Widely regarded as the best ever left back to grace a Premier League pitch, the Englishman was part of a formidable Chelsea back line after being a big part of the Arsenal invincible team. He played 385 games in the top flight and won multiple league titles and even a Champions League during his time. Liverpool fans were gutted to hear they were losing one of their best players in 2022 to Bayern Munich following the Reds' Champions League final loss to Real Madrid. Mane had spent 6 wonderful years on Merseyside after signing from Southampton in 2016. His pace and energy epitomized the Liverpool side that won every trophy possible under Jurgen Klopp. Bayern Munich did not get the version of the Senegalese forward that they had hoped, as injuries and a loss of pace hampered his time in the Bundesliga. He recently sealed a move to Al Nassr only 12 months after joining the club. A hero returning to Cardiff City this summer is the Welsh midfield player. He was an important player under Arsene Wenger during his time with Arsenal, with goals being a key addition to his game. The national team were also reaping the benefits of Ramsey's talents as they managed to reach the Euro 2016 semi-final. A move to Juventus on a free transfer was a shock move in 2019, and injuries stopped him from really showing Serie A his true talents. He only managed 45 appearances in 3 years, with the final year being spent at Rangers on loan. Owen was a Ballon d'Or winner and one of the star figures at Anfield before heading to Real Madrid in 2004 to the shock of many supporters. His pace and intelligent movement were a nightmare for Premier League defenders as he notched up 158 goals for his side. Moving to Spain looked to be the next step in his career to become a global superstar, but he only managed 1 year at the club before returning to England. The forward did find the net 16 times, but was ultimately a letdown for Los Blancos after setting very high expectations for himself. Another player to have learned the hard way that the grass is not always greener after leaving Liverpool. The Dutch midfielder was an unsung hero for the most part of his time at the club, with his tireless running and ability to keep hold of the ball a key part to his brilliance. Having been linked with a move to Barcelona beforehand, he moved to PSG after a better contract was presented. Like with several players on this list, injuries did not help Wijnaldum's case, and he never really seemed fancied as a regular starter in the team. This was shown by the willingness to loan him to Roma shortly after. Cancelo was a vital part of Pep Guardiola's setup at Mancity for a few years, even earning shouts as potentially the best fullback in the world. His world came crashing down in 2022, however, as reported attitude issues saw him banished from the club by his manager and sent to Bayern Munich on loan. The German club looked to have made a good deal and capitalized on City's misfortune. But this was not the case, as Cancelo struggled to settle into the team and ended up spending plenty of time on the bench.